What's up, family? So we got Fani Cash Money Willis. Before we dive into this video, give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and come join the family. However, family, we got the heavily controversial Fulton County DA was just accused by attorney Ashley Merchant of hiding documents related to a media monitoring company. They also mentioned how the district attorney has been using taxpayer dollars to fund all of this. And yet, Fani Willis didn't show up to the hearing addressing claims that her office violated the Georgia Open Records Act. According to the Fulton County Superior Court judge, Wilis won't be held in contempt, but they didn't close the door on repercussions for the DA either. So check this video out.
Today, a judge declined to hold Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis in contempt after she was called to testify in the court case over the state's open records law. The subpoena alleges the district attorney's office has deliberately disregarded the state's law. Willis' office says the case is an effort to harass the district attorney. Here is the judge explaining her decision.
I will note that I received a motion to hold Ms. Willis in contempt for lack of compliance with the subpoena for today's appearance. Given that, to my understanding, unless and until Ms. Willis is called to the stand and refuses or fails to appear, if ordered to do so, she's not in contempt, and so that motion is premature.
The judge did leave the door open for Willis to face disciplinary action in the future.
Now, Fani Willis is leading a Georgia election interference case against former President Donald Trump and also being investigated separately by a Republican-led Georgia Assembly State Senate committee. She tried getting out of the subpoena from the committee, but according to the judge, the subpoena still stands. All right, family, check this out.
Back here in Georgia, it appears Fulton County DA Fani Willis will have to answer a Georgia Senate committee's subpoena. A Fulton County judge has denied Willis's motion to stop the subpoena, forcing her to testify. The state Senate committee looking into her ongoing investigation of 2020 election interference and her relationship with former special prosecutor Nathan Wade. Willis filed an emergency motion for an injunction to halt the subpoenas, which demanded her appearance at last Friday's hearing.
Well, there you got it, folks. Plain and simple, guys. Willis failed. Fani Willis is not above the law. And as Georgia House Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene tweeted on X, formerly known as Twitter, you will see she says that Fani Willis thinks she's above the law, defying a subpoena from the Georgia State Senate today. And this was September 13, 2024. Her defiance is absolutely unacceptable. There are very serious questions regarding various potential forms of misconduct. This investigation is all the more urgent considering her political persecution of the leading candidate for president. Talking about Donald Trump. Fani Willis is not above the law. Her second post reads, Fani Willis should be arrested. She says Fani Willis should be arrested for ignoring her subpoena. I mean, it wasn't too long ago that the Congresswoman said that they're going to make sure the controversial DA Fani Willis loses her job. So I want you guys to check this video out. Here we go.
Over there really quick.
Well, this is a devastating day for America. Georgia is embarrassed and ashamed of this Fulton County DA that's abusing her office to go after and arrest the president, the former president of the United States, which is Joe Biden's top political opponent. And I'll tell you right now, in the state of Georgia, I met with GMA last week. This is a statistic that everyone needs to understand. In the state of Georgia, a child is sold for sex. A child is sold for sex over 7,200 times every single month. But here, this disgrace of an attorney, the Fulton County DA, Fani Willis, is abusing her power to go after and arrest Trump. She's not using her power of prosecution to go after child sex traffickers, go after gang members that are linked to the Mexican cartels. She's not doing this to go after murderers. We have the same murder rate as Chicago. This
What's
is an
your source on all this,
embarrassment.
Marjorie?
The weaponized government. We're launching an investigation into Fani Willis through the Judiciary Committee, and we go back into session.
Last question about Fani Willis. You know that she did get the approval for the trial date to be moved up. Do you have any comment on that?
My comment to Fani Willis is we're going to make sure that she loses her job.
What do you think she's done wrong?
So now, it may not just be Fani Willis losing her job or getting fired that she should be worried about. A lot of people are already calling for her to be disbarred and to do jail time. That includes Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. You know, now, talking to a lot of people and a lot of controversy behind Fani Willis, and what they say about Fani Willis, and particularly women, they say that this woman has done more damage to black women and feminism than most even understand. And I honestly can see where they're coming from. What about you guys? Comment down below. I'm curious to get you guys' perspective, thoughts, and insight on that. So yeah, what's happening right now in this Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis' office has come under fire. Accused by one of the defense attorneys in Donald Trump's Georgia election interference case of not complying with the Georgia open records law. Defense attorney Ashley Merchant has accused Fani Willis of hiding documents related to a media monitoring company that she allegedly used taxpayer dollars. And this is Ashley Merchant. Just so you guys, you can put a name to a face. This is Ashley Merchant. This is Fani Willis, of course. In the latest development, one of Fani's own employees testified against her. This is after Ashley Merchant asked the judge to enforce a subpoena and compel Willis to testify at the hearing under the threat of contempt. As the defense attorney pointed out, they have a right to know where that money goes. It doesn't have to be related to any case. They can just be curious as a taxpayer. So they heard a testimony from this fella, Dexter Bond Jr., who's in the picture right here or video. This is Dexter Bond Jr. Just to put a face to a name so you guys know I'm talking about. The fella here with the glasses. The operations deputy at Fulton County District Attorney's Office, during his testimony, which at times was very contentious, Bond testifies about a response that he drafted to Merchant regarding an open records request. While Merchant reviewed emails viewed the day before regarding communications with the media monitoring company, the emails included several quotes for services, invoices, payments allegedly made to the company and communications with the company. The emails included several quotes for services, invoices, like I said, and they also questioned Bond about how the documents were produced and whether any documents existed. We'll see if this leads to Fani Willis being subpoenaed, because they confirmed that the DA could still be subpoenaed in the dispute. The judge didn't rule out on Ashley Merchant's request to compel Fani Willis to testify, and the DA did not appear in court. And this is Dexter again. This is the fella that I'm talking about, just so you guys get what I'm talking about. So take note, this hearing comes a day after another judge denied Fani Willis' attempt to quash a subpoena that will force her to testify before Georgia's Senate committee, which is investigating her actions and persecuting an election interference case. Part of the committee's probe includes her romantic relationship with special prosecutor Nathan Wade, who she hired under very questionable circumstances. As you guys may know or not know. But yeah. So, yeah, like I said earlier, they're not just investigating DA Fani Willis for the open records violation. The Georgia Senate Special Committee on Investigations has stated that it's investigating Fani Willis on allegations of misconduct related to a potential conflicts of interest and misuse of public funds to enact a new or amend existing laws or change state appropriations to restore public confidence in the criminal justice system. And I will show you guys that in the article here. 1 second. This is Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. There we go. Where is that? Just to show you guys. Here we go. So, according to the committee, the goal is to investigate allegations of misconduct by Willis related to a potential conflict of interest, like I just read. This is the site. This is my sources. I cited to it, presented to you so you guys can read yourself. I also highlighted right here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Right here. So there you go. Right here. In particular, the subpoenas seek Fani Willis' testimony and documents related to her ongoing investigation in the 2020 presidential election interference in her relationship with Nathan Wade, a former special prosecutor. As I have mentioned to you guys. So they will seek Willis' testimony and documents, as I just read right here, cited to you guys. What was even more controversial about this, that the DA defied the subpoena from the state Senate committee. So even before it was issued, the committee's chair, State Senator Bill Kozar, he already predicted that it is unlikely that she will appear, but disappointed that she considers herself above the law. There you have it, guys. So Fani Willis is openly defying the official investigation against her. She even said that she did not trust, and I will show you guys. She did not trust the legality of the subpoena itself, and instead of attending the hearing, Willis was at a re-election fundraiser in Washington. So she said she will not appear, and she made it very vocal and known. That's just wild to me. It says a lot. As she said, however, I will not attend, citing the fact that she did not trust the legality of the subpoena itself. So these are my sources, you guys. You can see it right here as I show you guys, and I just highlighted it. As you guys can imagine, Georgia House Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene was not pleased by Fani Willis' defiance at the state Senate. The Congresswoman criticized Fani Willis' decision not to attend the hearing and called for her to be arrested, ignoring her subpoena. Now, and I've read this one up for you guys. Here we go. According to the 2023 Georgia Code passed by the Georgia General Assembly failure, which I'm reading right here, family, as I cite my sources, it is highlighted. According to the 2023 Georgia Code passed by the Georgia General Assembly, failure to comply with a subpoena can result in punishment for contempt of court, and a person who failed to comply can be faced with a fine of no more than $300 or imprisonment for no more than 20 days or both. And if they're able to confirm that the subpoena was legal and Fani Willis failed to comply, well, the Georgia General Assembly could seriously take action on Marjorie Taylor Greene's call for Fani Willis to be arrested. As Kozart said, and I'll show you guys, they do have the authority to investigate and to issue subpoenas to compel testimony and the production of documents if tested in court that will be validated. And here you go, family. If failure to comply with the subpoena, then Taylor Greene's call for her to be arrested could be headed by the Georgia General Assembly. Apart from that, the state Senate will probably seek to compel her testimony through some judicial order that will work its way through the court system over the next few weeks. Now, as Kozart said, the district attorney will be required to attend. She will be required to attend. Right here, families, as I show you and highlight. She will be required to attend, and she will be required to produce certain requested documents. It may require a court order for her to obey them, but that's just where they're headed. In fact, the Georgia Senate Committee has already had several hearings, including one featuring the testimony of a whistleblower who said that she was fired after she raised concerns about Fani Willis's office alleged misuse of funds. But the DA is sticking to her guns, Fani Willis, And Fani Willis said that she believes, and this is me showing you guys that, she believes that the committee has no authority to subpoena her, and she told a news reporter that she will not appear for anything that's unlawful. And she confidently told reporters that she has not broken the law in any way, and even added that she's sorry that folks get pissed off that everybody just gets treated equally. Which is wild, man. So she said she won't appear to anything lawful. That's what I just read to you guys. So why is she acting like she's above the law then? And Cozart said himself, the committee members are extremely confident they are acting with the constitutional and legislative authority of the state Senate. In fact, the latest update to this whole saga, a Fulton County judge denied Fani Willis' attempt to stop the subpoena, forcing her to testify before the Georgia Senate committee investigating her. And you see Fani Willis filed an emergency motion for an injunction to halt the subpoenas, which demanded her appearance at the recent state Senate committee hearing. But nope, the judge wasn't having that at all. As I show you guys, that Judge Shakura L. Ingram denied Fani Willis' emergency motion to stop her appearance, saying that the time requested by the committee has already passed, and that while the chairman of the committee announced that it had already hired someone to enforce the subpoena after Fani Willis' no-show, they have not yet taken action to enforce the subpoena. Translation: Fani Willis was filing all sorts of wrong motions to stop this, basically. Instead, the judge said that if the committee moved to compel Willis to comply with the subpoena, she could then file a motion to quash to try and stop it, which the court would then look into. Now, what led to this whole Fani Willis probe exactly? Well, one could argue that it was her own actions that brought everything down on her own head. I mean, if you remember back in January, one of the defendants in Georgia election interference case accused Fani Willis of maintaining an appropriate relationship with former prosecutor Nathan Wade, as you see here. One of the people she hired in her case against former President Donald Trump, which is here, Nathan Wade, as I show you guys on the screen. Meaning she could very well have financially benefit from this relationship and the investigation into Donald Trump and his associates for their perpetual interference in the 2020 presidential election in Georgia. So attorney Ashley Merchant brought it up in court. She brought it up in court after months of disputes and several days of testimony. The Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee, let me show you guys who I'm talking about. This is Judge Scott McAfee. I'm gonna show you him. There we go. Okay. This is Judge Scott McAfee. Okay, so while that load, the Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee ruled that either Fani Willis or Nathan Wade must step aside for the case to be able to proceed in the Fulton County. So sure enough, we had Nathan Wade here. We had Nathan Wade resign shortly after that decision. Fani Willis never stepped down, so Nathan Wade resigned. Throughout the process, both Fani Willis and Nathan Wade denied any wrongdoing despite testimonies and evidence of the two living it up on the taxpayer's dime. This is probably why, even though Judge Scott McAfee decided not to disqualify her from the case, it's now on appeal, and that hearing is slated for December. Also, recently, Judge Scott McAfee dismissed 2 criminal counts in Fani Willis' case against Donald Trump, ruling the prosecutors did not have the authority to even bring those particular charges, which were tied to the alleged filing of false documents in federal court. Not to mention, Fani Willis is set to face Republican Courtney Kramer in the November general election. And with all this controversy surrounding her, she may not see that December hearing anymore as the Fulton County DA, but instead as a humble old Fulton County citizen. Now, wouldn't that be a sight to see? What do you guys think about this? Comment down below. Should Fani Willis be demoted from the district attorney of Fulton County? And is it time somebody brought Fani Willis down a peg or two? Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. On that note, family, peace.